Put your finger down if it took you well over a year to finally convince your family to move to Florida, and you've only been here for 2.5 months, and it's nothing like you thought it was. So now you're about to pack up to go back to Lexington, Kentucky, and your family looks at you like you're stupid. I have already taken full accountability for this terrible life decision, so I will be removing myself from all future decision making, and we're going back to Lexington.
Now imagine moving your entire family down to Florida just to tell them, hey, we're going back to Kentucky after, and I'm sorry I made the decision to come down here and, bring everybody down here because I persuaded them to move down here. Now, we got to move. But shout out to her. I mean, she's, accepting accountability that for her mistakes or whatever the case is. But you have this story happen countless and countless of times where people are, regretting their move to Florida. As a matter of fact, you got a lot of residents who are also moving out of the state as well. Now, I'm not saying that it's happening in mass. I'm not saying that everybody's trying to move. As a matter of fact, I think Florida's population actually grew just slightly this past year, year over year. But as a whole, you have a lot of people that are deciding that, hey, they're just moving out for many different reasons, whether it's weather, whether it's new policies, whether it's, the job market or the housing market. And the list goes on and on and on. But I gotta give credit to the creator right here. Her name is Kay Pritchett 1215. If y'all want to check her out, link will be in the description down below. But there's many different reasons, and also it's very interesting to see what is going on within the state. As we know, y'all know this state is very heavily red. All right, this is the map. I know y'all love when y'all show the maps, but guys, it's super red, right? We talking about supporting a lot of these crazy policies. Florida is a very interesting state, but anyways, I got more videos in here you're going to love. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well for more great content like this. Let's get to the rest of the video.
You guys are pissed that I said I hate living in Florida, so I'm going to give you more reasons I hate living in Florida. For starters, and I'm not scared to say it, the people here are weird and they are mean, and I'm tired of pretending like they're not. I grew up in West Virginia and Kentucky, and while they most certainly have their flaws, they do have Southern hospitality, and that is a lost art once you get past the Georgia state line. And I know we would say like, oh, Florida can't be grouped in with the South. It's totally different. Let's get one thing straight. Florida is not like Miami. Miami can maybe be considered its own little area. Anything else in Florida is the South. North Florida is the deep South, matter of fact. The literal only thing missing is the Southern hospitality, and that's one of the only good things about the South. One time I heard someone say when you go further north in the U.S., people are kind. When you go south, people are nice. There is definitely a difference. People in Florida are neither, actually. They're not either. They're just mean. This might be a hot take, but outside of like Miami, the bigger cities here are literally just small towns in disguise. I personally have never been to Tampa, but like Jacksonville, Orlando, West Palm, pretty much everything closes at 9 p.m. These are small towns just on a big surface area. I think a lot of people are like, oh, Orlando, for example, they have Disney, they have Universal, they have SeaWorld, they have Disney, Universal, and we don't go to SeaWorld. The reality of it is, 9 times out of 10, when you hang out with your friends, you're either going to your house or you're going to dinner. And
also, I got to add on to this as well. The traffic there is horrendous. Like, Florida drivers are crazy. And I'm not trying to use this video to just beat up on Florida this entire time, but the drivers, the traffic, and just the sheer people there are very different, very weird, and very, they're to themselves, I think is the word. I wouldn't say necessarily rude. I mean, I guess some people would say they're rude, but I would say mostly every time I drive down, because I love, Florida's a beautiful state. They got beautiful beaches, beautiful cities. I love the palm trees, right? But there's every time I get on the interstate, the speed limit is no less than 90 miles an hour. You're going to get ran off the road by somebody if you don't, take control of the wheel, right? Like it is just, it's very intense to drive down there. But, I mean, no matter what perspective you have, everybody has their own perspective. And if you live in Florida, you guys let me know. Y'all check it in the comment section below. I'm not saying it's all bad, right? I'm not going to come on this video and say that, oh, it's horrible, everybody's leaving. No, that's not the case. But there are pros and cons, just like there are pros and cons in every other state around the United States.
Give them one of those places. Now, Jacksonville and West Palm, they have a beach. That's pretty much it. There is not much else to do. Like, the reality of it is, if you're not super settled down, like damn near married, or have a lot of friends, you're going to be spending pretty much every single day doing the same exact thing you did the day before, and it's not much. If you move here for any reason other than college, you're going to have a harder time making and keeping friends because, like I said, a lot of people are married or settled down once they're like 21, 22, probably because they're so damn bored. And yes, of course they can be your friend, but they're just in a totally different like mindset.
And shout out to the creator. Her name is Kyra Evans Hughes, right? I'm going to link her video in the description below if you guys want to check it out as well.
The economy feels like it's running people over lately. And speaking of getting hit, Let's talk about Morgan & Morgan. Now picture this, you're crossing the street, minding your own business, maybe even listen to your own playlist. Some guy in the car decides that brakes are just a suggestion. Not only are you on the ground, but your dignity is too. That's when the right legal team matters most. There's a reason cars are built with brakes, just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Over 1,000 lawyers, 4,000 staffs, and their motto is simple, for the people. That means if you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid, not giant corporations or insurance companies. Because let's be honest, if I get hit by a car, the last thing I'm gonna do is call my mom. Like, yeah, mom, I just got hit by a car. Do you know a lawyer? Nope, I'm opening my phone, filing a claim with Morgan & Morgan, and then calling mom. Priorities. And it really is that simple. You can file a claim within just minutes from your phone, quicker than it takes to argue with the driver who swears I didn't see you. Best part, you pay nothing up front. Morgan & Morgan only gets paid if they win your case. No surprise bills, no lawyer fees, draining your bank account while you're in a neck brace. So if you've been injured, your case could be worth millions. Whether it's a car accident, a slip and fall, or anything else, you can go to forthepeople.com/jreed or click the link in the description to start your claim today. It only takes minutes, and remember, they don't get paid unless you do.
We're moving from Florida to the Midwest in 2 days because we're crazy. Actually, I don't think we have to be crazy. We're downsizing from a house to an apartment because I believe that if you don't have the means to have everything, but you have the means to watch your kids if possible and be the mom, then you should try. Plus, I happen to like the Midwest and I miss cows. Is everything going to be wonderful? Probably not. Are we going to squeeze pennies? Probably. And yes, I am still going to do TikTok as an income and work on some other part-time job. But I've honestly never been more excited to downsize the chaos in our lives just so that we can be a core family and we can invest in our children because our generation, that is what our investment is and should be. Do I love fancy things? Yeah. Do I want them? Sometimes. I live in an apartment with a dog who doesn't do great on a leash just so that we can be with our kids and be safe and happy. Yes, because I want them to see that family.
Yeah, and there's so many people who are also making this decision as well, right? Because I'm sure the cost of living in her area maybe is too high for her to get the kind of house that she wants. So she's packing up and going Midwest. She's deciding that, oh, it's cheaper to live over here. We can get more land. She liked the cows. She liked, maybe she liked certain parts about the cities within Florida, right? But as a whole, she's like, my life would be so much better if we simplify and I can spend more time with my kids. And by all means, I completely agree, with her decision. Her name right there at the bottom right of the screen, Life as Tina. Link will be in the description below.
You know how I know I've made the right decision in my completely spontaneous impulse whim purchase of a house in Minnesota to completely uproot my family's lives from Florida and move clear across the country to Minnesota? Because I know in my heart of hearts, if the decision was reversed, if I was a Minnesotan looking to move to Florida and I made posts about purchasing a house on a whim and then maybe waffling in that decision, I know what the response would be from Floridians. Oh my God, don't come here. We're full. There's too many people. Go back to Minnesota. You'll never be able to.
That is absolutely 100% accurate, guys. I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen this in the comment section below when I make videos like this by Floridians. They always say, oh, don't come here. We got too many people here already. And this is the exact response every single time. And by all means, yes, it probably is too full down in Florida. I'm not saying it's too full just like, New York City or any of these other states, but I can imagine. But every time I make a video like this, that is the comment. And I guarantee you, there's going to be somebody in the comment section of this video right here saying, oh, don't move here. Don't come here. It's too many people already, guys.
Survive the Florida heat. We've got alligators. You're not prepared. We've got giant birds. We've got mosquitoes. We've got hurricanes. Don't do it. Go back. We're full. You know what the response from Minnesotans have been? Oh my God, this is the best decision you're ever going to make in your whole entire life. You're not going to regret it. Yeah, the winters are a little harsh, but here's how you can manage it. Here's this recommendation and this thing. And oh, reach out to me if you have questions about the schools, and reach out to me if you have questions about this. And here's what I recommend for cold weather.
Yeah, and why is it like that? I don't know. I never understood that perspective. Like, why do people down in Florida always say that? And I think I've only seen that for Florida people, actually, to be honest. honest with you. Like, it's not any other state where we see people say, don't move here, it's already too many people, right? Like, even Texas, I'm trying to think about Texas as well. Yeah, there is literally no other state where they say that aside from Florida. I don't know. Y'all let me know. What is it about Florida where people just don't want people to move there? Or it's just a very different state. Very interesting. We have a lot of interesting states, and I'm not just talking about the red state, blue states as well, right? Some states in blue are very interesting as well, but I don't know. It's crazy, and so many people are making strong, huge decisions for their lives right now and uprooting their families depending on the scenario just to build the life that they want. Because right now, with the economy, with the job market, with the housing market, with everything that's going on right now within America, it is very important that people own their decisions and make sure that they do whatever is best for themselves and their family. But if you enjoy great content like this, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well for more great content like this. I will see you next video. We out. Let's go.